Nepal is one of the country in the South Asia which sends big number of people, its people to have a labor migration from Asia, Afghanistan to the Asia, Africa, Zambia. These 108 countries we have open for the migration. Some of the countries there are big numbers. That is, you can say that in total number we are estimating around 4 million plus Nepalis are working in abroad. For easiness, you can understand like this: every day, not less than 1,000 people are leaving our country. So it is big number. In our economy, you can say that every year we count the labor force coming in the market. Around 450 to 500,000 people seek job, new job every year, and we hardly providing 100,000 people job. So remaining all people are joining in the global labor market. This is the situation. So you can say that Middle East, more than 1 million Nepalis are working. You can say that GCC country, particularly Gulf Council of Cooperation countries, there are more than 1 million people. Malaysia, you can say that around 500,000 Nepalis are working. And Europe we have, Africa we have, Australia we have, and many countries. Migration has two phases in our country. One is it is contributing our economy also. Nepal is one of the agricultural country. Nowadays, hardly we have 1/3. You can say that around 40% contribution in our GDP by the agriculture. Some people say that 33%. You can say that maybe the 40%. 23% nowadays people are estimating 28%. So it is like equivalent to the agriculture industry. So this is the positive side. You can say that migration has contributed. It's not a brain drain. It is also the brain gain. People are gaining the knowledge, or joining in the heavy industry of the Europe, Americas, and Gulf country. They are learning something. When they go back, it will helpful to the development of a country. People say like that also. It has a very serious negative aspect also. If you visit Nepal nowadays, in the villages you can see only the young people, children, young means the children, and the old people only. All energetic youth are less available in the country. You know that 1.5 years back, our country was terribly destroyed, devastated by the earthquake, and more than 800,000 Nepali has lost their house. So we need extremely resources and human power to rebuild our country. But at a time when we need the active labor power in our country, these people are outside, and we are not being able to keep them in the country because we are not being able to provide them job. So this is a very ironical situation in our country. Well, we have the class in our labor migration also in Nepal. We share the class division in the labor migration also, meaning that those who are educated and those who have some money, they are the yes, you can say that lower middle class people having a university graduation, they opt to go to the USA, North America, and Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and they pay some more money for the labor recruiters, and they are earning also good. But on the other side, you can say that in the Middle East, poor people are going there. They are accepting whatever horrible condition is providing them there by the labor contractor. Sometimes they left their fate in the mercy of the employers. That's the situation. We have many stories. You can say that in Nepal, not only 1,000 plus people are leaving country, we are receiving 5-10 dead body every day. That's the situation. It's the ironical things. So when we see the dead body in the airport, then we feel so bad. This is the two sides of the migration in our country. From the trade union side, my union is we have started to organize migrant in destination country. Particularly, we started our journey from South Korea, Seoul. It is 1994 we started first. At that time, Seoul was considered as a kingdom of the industrial accident. Many people were dying, cutting their hand, they are losing their legs, and so say the undocumented workers were working there. And when we started to work there, we started to establish one, the network called support group. First, we started with the GEFONT support group. My organization GEFONT established support group there. Then we attach them and connect them with the trade union of the destination country. That way we started. So it became successful, and all of the workers in South Korea united together. And nowadays in South Korea there is one trade union called MTU, Migrant Trade Union, and it is affiliated with one of the national centers, and it is legalized by the Korean authority also. Now, in many countries, GEFONT has its support group, and support group meaning that we support them. If the country has not the right to form a trade union, we do it semi legal way. Take example of the Qatar. Qatar authority do not permit us to form any organization, but we are visible there. We are helping Nepali people, and I am happy to note that WSM, SCBC, BIE, they are helping us to organize Nepali there through the BWI, and it is getting a good chance also. I think these are the things what we are doing in the abroad. We cannot change the law of the destination country, because being a foreigners, our duty is to follow their law, whether this law is good or bad. And we can just claim and complain with the country concerned. Whatever we have to do in the destination countries, say the Malaysia, Hong Kong, Korea, where there are trade unions, we work together with the national center of that country. We should not go outside that. Our belief is that it is the trade union of that country that matters. Generally, in the Gulf country, there is a similar types of the problems. They have one system called kafala system, and it makes somehow the slave to the migrant workers. It snatches the freedom of the movement of the migrant workers. They do not have a right to choose any employer in their choice. For example, when Nepali migrant workers join in the labor market of Qatar, for example, they have been there are multiple problems. First problem is that they have been cheated out by the recruiting agency. When they reach to the Qatari land, their original agreement is just turned out. That is just thrown out, and the workers were asked to sign in the new contract that should be table or registered in the Department of Labor of Qatar. And these all documents is written in the Arabic language, not in the English. And our people who generally join in the Qatari labor market, they are less educated and they cannot understand even English sometimes. How can they understand the Arabic? There is a different script, different things, and nobody just explain. Then the poor Nepali who has less knowledge about the whole system, it is an entirely different country, then they accept horrible condition also, and business started to as usual. They have some dreams when they are joining the market, saying that okay, you will have some places to stay like a lodge. You will just go to the company early in the morning, 8 hours you will work, then you will be free. You will travel here and there, big building, romance, this and that thing. That kinds of fantasy in their mind before joining the labor market. When they reach there, they will they will compelled to sit in the cage-like conditional labor camp, small room, 10-15 people, and like this, like a bookshelf, there is a sleeping places that way, and one water tap, 15 people has to use like that way, and early in the morning you have to join in the market, labor market, and whole day you have to work, and evening around 8 p.m. you will reach to the camp, and this ritual started. And when the time month conclude, then there is the delay pay. This is the situation. So normal life they face this kinds of problem. When they said that I dislike these things because you committed this and I don't want to work, then they said that you cannot go back. You are under a kafala. That's the problem. That way, and people started to terribly exploiting. to overcome this situation, what we are doing from our side, together with the trade union solidarity organization, global union movement, that we are developing different kinds of awareness raising materials. Before leaving our country, we provide them some sort of the information. We just provide them some of the contact numbers, our embassy, this and that things. If you are facing problems, just inform to the our embassy, and our people are there. The country is very much strict by rules in Qatar, so there is not that much freedom what we have. They never experience these types of horrible conditions. So we just try to aware them. Every 3 months we are sending our people, and they visit camp to camp, and they just said that, okay, if you have this problem, just inform us. If some people are in the jail, we just publicize it and we'll inform to the global labor movement, and they may help you, they may send you the solidarity. That way we are working.